live. All right, we're here with another episode of the Up and In Show. We're just jumping into it. We're doing it. You're like a veteran guest. You've been on the show. So Tiana Caffey, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it again. You're a busy person. You just got back in town, huh?
Yeah, from Florida.
What were you doing there? Just taking a little time off?
Yeah, I was training, just seeing family and all that, spending time with my nephew because I kind of missed him.
Nice. So, you have a nephew? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
we didn't talk about that last time.
No, we didn't.
Nice. Okay.
We didn't, yeah.
That's pretty badass. What is it a brother or sister's kid?
My brother's kid. His name is Nathaniel Blaze.
Nice. Yeah. Is he a good little athlete?
We're working on it.
She said we're working on it. All right, that's good. That's it.
Progress.
All right. Yeah. Is your brother an athlete?
Yeah, he is actually.
Nice.
He's the reason why I started playing.
Let's go. Okay. What did he play sports?
He played baseball, he played soccer, and he played football.
We might have talked about that actually the first podcast. Yeah, I was going to say, now that you say that, I think I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Well, good stuff. Well, we're happy to have you back and back in Baton Rouge in the shop here, rocking your hoodie.
Missed it, yeah, you know. You like it?
I love it. I do. I need to get me a hoodie, but I'm excited though, for real. So we came out with your collection. You know, we did some stuff earlier in the fall as a partnership. Got you some shoes. We did a little bit of content here and there. But this is really cool because I think, you know, I connected with you through a couple of our employees here at the shop, and I love your story. And I think you're a perfect example of what Cards and Culture is trying to do, where we're innovating with athletes and content and different things. So we just came out with your collection.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that today. I wish Jaelyn was here to shit talk and
miss you.
Jay, Super Jay, we're showing you some love. Jaelyn Richard Harris, she was a basketball player here at LSU the last, well, I guess it's been a little while, a couple years now, but she was a point guard on the basketball team. She's our retail manager here with Cards and Culture. And she's but she's a hella great artist. And I say actually because I want to push her to do more stuff, you know, and she's getting out there, but I think we're going to see 2022, her art really come to fruition and some of the things that she's done. But you guys designed this shirt together, and I'm excited to let you tell it a little bit about it, what it means, all of that. So
cool.
Is that you?
No, this is actually Tiana Taylor. Like, I've always grown up like watching her. I actually first saw her on Super Sweet 16 on MTV, and ever since then I've like been following her. I've seen her like through all stages of her life. I sound like a stalker. I'm so sorry. No. But I really like her work ethic and everything. So like I idolize that, and I love her style. So like my style kind of reflects her, if that makes sense.
100%.
So yeah, I just went with her. And then like even the colors have like a meaning to it. So the purple is basically for me, LSU. I love purple. The pink is for my mom because she was diagnosed with breast cancer and she's just in chemo right now. And the blue is also for her because that was her favorite color. The 11, the XI, and the TC are for my brother and me, because I promised him that like no matter what I did in life, like he would always be a part of that, because he's the reason why I kind of went to LSU and like where I am today. Yeah. Like my accolades and like my success is from him. So yeah, that was from that. And then the signature, basically me. But on the back is my friend's design, the Flock to Flock. So I just wanted him to be involved with it because he actually helped me through like my journey with faith and like God, getting closer with him. So I wanted to give him that like success for him. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And like get his brand out there.
Yep.
And then the Luke 17:6 is a verse that got me through my toughest days when I was in surgery and like rehab and all that for my ACL. And without that, like I wouldn't have gone through it and had like a level head.
Yeah.
And then the Medusa is something that I fell in love with during like my tough times at LSU and all that, just in college. And I just want to be a voice for like sexual assault and all that for women, because I understand like a lot of women go through a lot of shit, and it goes unnoticed because they don't talk about it. Like I even have my own story, but it's like people don't understand what it does and what it does to somebody's mind and their mental health. So like I just want to put that out there and it's just me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I just kind of want to sit here and listen. I feel bad that I have to like ask a follow-up question right now, because I'm just like, I'm sitting here like this. I'm just melting into the couch. I'm like, yo, tell me. No. Why are you sorry? If you ever apologize, we're not going to be friends anymore. No, for real. I appreciate that. And so something for me, I've never really shared this with you, but mental health is huge for me too. I invested in a few other companies before surrounding mental health. Everything that I do athletically is honestly in my post-baseball career, movement-wise, is for mental health. I've kind of just had an understanding of my own brain and the way that it operates, and some of the things that benefit it. So just to hear you speak about mental health and bring that to light, and somebody of your stature, the way you look, the way you carry yourself, to talk about something so vulnerable, you know, and vulnerably is admirable. So it's cool. I'm excited to dive in and talk more about whatever you're comfortable talking about.
Yeah,
but
I'm cool with it. Yeah.
But let's talk about, before we move to the back, because the back sounds like it's got some depth and it's cool. Yeah.
That's my heart.
Yeah. Not that the front's not, because there's obviously some meaningful things there. And I love what you said about Tiana Taylor is, you know, and it's not, I don't think that you stalk her or anything. Like, I think, I know you don't, but I'm saying, like, I don't even want you to put that in your head, because I think it's super dope to find a role model and somebody that's doing the things that you want to do, and then putting your own little spin on, like, you know, your version of it. So I love that. And I actually at first thought it was you when
that's what my parents thought.
When Jaelyn's drawing it or whatever, she was like, no, this is for T. And I was like, is it Tiana? And she was like, oh yeah, it's Tiana. And I'm like, Tiana Taylor though? Like, she was like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, but it's Tiana, it's her painting, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's super dope.
I had to play on that. When I saw her painting, I was like, I want that. And I told her, I was like, I don't even know if she put it on there. I wanted her signature on there as well, or like her initials on there, because I need to give her credit. Like, I love Jaelyn, so she deserves that.
Jaelyn's good people, and
most definitely.
Yeah, I really appreciated the day you guys were here designing stuff too. So I'm really excited for that video to come out. I know we're gonna do some content, kind of having a voiceover telling your story a little bit with the drawings and stuff like that. And I think that's gonna be a really cool piece for people to put a lot of the pieces together, right? Because we've only just shown the graphics so far, and that's the fun part. People are like, kind of like have their eyebrows up, like wondering what it is, and now we're coming out with all the follow-up content of all the meaning, and I think people are gonna really fuck with it. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm excited to see where it goes. It's a new year. I'm excited for it.
Talk to me a little bit about your mom. I mean, your relationship with her. I didn't know she's still going through chemo. I've met her, you know, and she seems like a remarkable woman, and I saw, you know, on your, was it senior night where she was there for you? Or
or
was it breast cancer?
Yeah,
it was a breast
cancer
Yeah,
game,
okay, that's awesome. I remember seeing that, and she was out there. So tell me a little bit about her story, what she means to you, how she shaped your life, and obviously, turn off the waterworks. I mean, let them go, whatever you want to do, however you want.
Well, let me correct myself. She's in remission. She's been in remission for I think 3 years right now. When she went through chemo, it was very.
Gotcha. I was gonna say, she looked. If she's going through chemo right now, I was going to be like, yo, she looks baddie.
She's a bad bitch. She's my language. That's awesome. But my mom was diagnosed in 2017 when I first got to college. So like my freshman year. Talk about some heavy stuff. Yeah, that was some shit. That was probably like one of the worst or toughest times of my life, to be honest with you.
I can't imagine. I got chills, like, for real.
Sorry.
That's tough. No. I traveled from far from home, you know, too. So I can't imagine being there and getting that news. So that's why I'm just like putting myself in your position. Like,
I felt like my life kind of stopped for a second. I didn't feel like I was here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it. But when we found out over the phone. It was like me and my brother, we were all like on a joint call. And when they said it, like my heart kind of dropped, because I felt like I had one or two choices: either stop going to school and like stop my dream and go take care of my mom, or like, or continue. And like, oh my God, Anthony,
you're good. Hey,
or like continue and like what I started. And I knew that if I went home, she would whip my ass. Like, she would really whip my ass. And the decision I made was because of her. And if she didn't tell me to stay, I would have left in 2017. Wow. But if I would have left, like, I would have never I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying?
Your whole life would have been different.
Exactly. So I'm very glad she told me to stay. But she is a fighter, like a fighter. And when I saw pictures of her, I wasn't there for the worst part, and I'm kind of glad, because I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, I've seen her lose her hair, all that. I saw her fingernails turn black. Like, she went through the worst of the worst, but I give her credit. That's a strong ass woman, and she made me who I am today. She really did.
Well, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I first of all, thank you. I mean, opening up and being vulnerable, saying that stuff is amazing, but I can feel it. Like, sitting here, I got chills 2 or 3 times, like, just feeling that, and just even just having some compassion for you as a friend. And I'm just starting to get to know you, you know? But it's pretty amazing to see how people have shaped you, and to get to know the woman that you are, and the things that you're about to do in this world is going to be awesome. And to get to know your mom and dad too, just a few times, had a phone call with them. It's pretty cool to understand a little bit more about them, their depth, and the woman that she is. I could kind of tell on the couple phone calls. She's a boss lady. I like
she's
it.
Not to be messed with
at all. And you can just tell how she cares about you, right? in a great way. It was an enjoyable conversation, talking to her, answering her questions and doing stuff. And it's fun for me because I'm on the other end of the spectrum now, right? I was usually the athlete on the call, and parents are like talking to these people, right? So it's fun for me to kind of do this on the other end. But she seems absolutely badass. And now, I mean, just hearing that story makes a lot of sense. So.
Yeah.
Good for her. What's her name?
Tina.
Yeah. Much love. Respect, for real. Yeah. All right. So, and her favorite color is blue. That's where the blue comes from?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, I love that. Thank you for sharing with that. That's amazing. Cancer has never affected my family, but I've seen it affect a lot. Well, I have an aunt that was affected by it, but, you know, I've seen it affect a lot of people. So, a lot of love for you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. On to some lighter stuff. Your signature is fucking badass.
Thanks. It took me a while to practice.
Were you one of those kids? Because when I grew up, I was like in school, like I'm gonna be a professional athlete. I'll be practicing my signature all the time. Yeah. So it looks good.
Thanks.
Well
my signature changed like probably 20 times. This is it though.
It's gonna keep. Oh, that's
it.
I'm telling you, I thought I had my signature too when I was. How old are you?
I'm 22.
My signature changed at like 24, 25. So I'm saying,
this is dope.
Wait till you're signing a lot of them. I'm telling you. When you're signing a lot, it's going to change a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So talk to me about, you said the 11 and the TC.
The TC. So the 11, my brother wore it in high school.
Okay.
And
for his sports?
Yeah. He actually, when he went to college, he was number 17, which is my number. But I always remember him when he was in high school because that's when he really became my role model for sports. Excuse my language. But he went through so much in high school, and I was just there. But I always made sure, like, I was his biggest fan. Like, after every game, I was like, nah, get the fuck out my way. Like, I need to see my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my brother, he took off, like, his senior year, and I was like, I want to be like that. Like, whatever he left on that field, he left it all. And I remember his last game, like, I started crying because I was like, I'll never get to be at a high school game. Like, I always have to be in college, but I'll never get to see him like that again.
Right.
And I was just like, I want to be that. I want to leave the legacy that he left and everything. So when he got to college, you know, shit kind of went left, and he had a hip replacement at like 21.
Damn.
2021, and the sports got taken away from him, so he can't play anymore. But I was like, I made a promise to myself and him, like when when I saw him like on the hospital bed, I was like, shit, you know, and it kind of hit me like I'll never see him on the field again. So I was like, but I'm on the field, and no matter what I do, like, he's a part of it. You about to make me cry. I'm
just here listening.
So the 11 is like, that's his legacy, but it's also my legacy as well. So when I used to wear 10, he used to wear 7, so I put 17 together, and that's how I got my number. No matter what it is, like, I even have the 11 tatted on me. Like, no matter where I go, like, he's always there. And I just want to, and I told him, I was like, bro, the line is for him and, like, my mom. Sorry.
If you apologize one more time, I'm kicking you off the podcast.
But yeah, and the TC is like something that he can always use and just be like, that's for both of us, because our initials are TC. Everybody in my family's name is TC. So.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's really cool. Everybody in my family's ARR, and
really,
yeah, and my sister and I are like tight, and she's 3 years younger than me. So, and I always felt like she was my biggest fan at high school and everything, and like even baseball too. When I was playing pro ball, she was just so, I don't know, supportive. So I really, really admire your guys' relationship.
Thanks.
Like, I'm sitting here like, I might be tearing up. I'm like, yo, your story is dope. I'm sitting here just like enjoying this. This is awesome.
That's my dog. That's my best friend.
Sounds like you guys got a good family.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
So you guys are super tight nowadays, huh?
Yeah. Oh, me and my brother, there's nothing that can break that bond. Like, I promise you. There's nothing.
Is he married?
No, he's actually engaged right now to his fiance.
Yeah.
So they're doing their own thing. But yeah.
Good. That's awesome. All right. Good stuff. Oh, man, for real. Like weird parallels in the sense of like, the way that my sister and my sister and I's relationship was, and you and him. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's crazy. I used to hate him, but I love him.
That's what we grew up the same way. It was like, we hated each other growing up, and then like there was something when I got to college. No, you know what it was? It was when I left college. I had my own house.
Okay.
My parents went through a divorce, and I told her to come down. I was like, yo, you just graduated high school, like take a year off, like come live with me, like live at the house, like grow up a little bit, live on your own, not need a mom and dad. And ever since then, we just became tight.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like super tight.
Really? I don't know when it clicked for us, but when it did, I was like, yeah, this is not ending. This is for life. I don't care.
Good stuff. Yeah. All right. So let's go on to the back. So tell me about your best friend and his logo, because that's the top one, right? The top part.
That's the crown. It's his logo is Flock to Flock, or his brand is Flock to Flock. I actually met him when I started working at the gym downtown. And I don't know.
So he's here from Baton Rouge?
Yeah, he's actually from Opelousas, which is 45 minutes away. So he travels all the time. And when I first met him, like, I just bonded with him immediately. And we get each other on, like, a spiritual level, a mental level, an emotional level. And he gave me this book. It's called Crazy Faith by Michael Todd. And I don't know what was in the book, but it made everything click for me. And that helped me, like, secure my relationship with God. Because it was, like, rocky, you know what I'm saying? But that, for me, was like, all right, cool. Like, whatever I got to worry about, I'm putting it in your hands. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what made him give me that book. But ever since then, like, everything's been clicking how it's supposed to. So I told him, I was like, because of that, I owe you. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got me, I got you. So I'm trying to get his logo and his brand out there just for that. So I'm trying to, like, help him build and all that.
You're a real one. I love that. I love that. You take care of your people, and that's the way that's the way it's supposed to be. And I connect with that on a sense of, like, when you know somebody, shit clicks, right? It's an intuitive feeling. It's just a connection. So I love that about you. Yeah. And giving him some love. And this is your first opportunity to have a little platform and show him some love. So
when we first thought about it, I was like, no. He's the first one that came to my mind. I was like, yes, swear to God, because he has his own brand. And I'm like, okay, well, if I can build off of you, you can build off of me. And that's just that. And it's secured now.
I love that. Yeah.
He's cool people.
Yeah. So talk to me. So did he introduce or reintroduce God into your life? What's your, if you don't mind me asking, if you want to talk a little bit about your faith? Yeah.
So actually, he kind of came around my surgery and everything. He gave me the book a few months ago when I was in season. Okay. And in season, that's when my relationship with God got kind of rocky, because I was like, bro, you put me through.
This past season?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Put me through, like, hell and back. Like, ACL surgery came back quick as hell, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still not getting the accolades that I needed. And I thought things were going to pay off immediately, but it didn't. Right. And I was just like, it was just off. And when Nell gave me that book, everything just made sense. Yeah. And since then, you can ask my strength coach, Renee. Since then, she was like, I just changed completely. And I was having the best games of my life, best training sessions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't know what it was, but I needed it. Yeah. So me and God, we cool now.
Now you got a good relationship. He's your homie.
We cool, most definitely. Let's go. Yeah, that was what it was.
That's dope. Are you Christian? I guess, like,
I wouldn't say I'm religious. Yeah. I'm not very religious. I just have a lot of faith.
Yeah, more spiritual. And I'm the same way. I guess I fall into the category of non-denominational, but it's interesting because I was born and raised Catholic, which is, well, actually I was born Lutheran and switched to Catholicism in second grade, and then went to Catholic high school or Catholic elementary school, Catholic high school, all that stuff. And I got to college, and a lot of people were Catholic here, so I kind of stayed in it. But then it was like, as I got into pro ball, I just started having different thoughts and curiosities and stuff like that. So I'm hella spiritual. I believe in a higher power, a God. You know, I just don't know where that is, when it, you know, all these different things. So I believe in something that unifies us and connects us all and all that stuff. But I don't know all about it, you know. No, and I just very spiritual in my own lane doing this stuff. So exactly. I always just I don't like to have deep religious conversations and like, well, this is my opinion, your opinion. I just like to always hear what people believe and how they live their life and how they conduct themselves, especially people that I either look up to, admire, or respect, or things like that. So just to see how they carry their lives and what faith they have. So
I got you.
It's cool. So, but Luke, that's one of the gospel verses. Do you know what it is word for word, or have an awareness, or can you paraphrase for me? Or?
Yeah, I paraphrase it. It's if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move any mountain. And that's what we're talking about. I saw that during my surgery, or like I saw it before I had my surgery, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And I just kept it like in my head the entire time, like during my rehab and all that. And I actually have it, my friend painted me a picture for my surgery, like coming back and everything. And I always said, I'm limitless. Like my mindset is limitless. And it just went along with it, with the Luke 17:6. And I have it written on my mirror. I have it written everywhere. And I low-key want to get it tatted. But I don't know. But that took me through hell and back.
Yeah,
and
I love
never
it.
left, so.
No, it's something, you know, when life kicks you down, you need something to be able to hang on to. So I always like knowing Bible, you know, I have a couple of Bible verses on me and stuff, and it's like same thing. It's like you have, the reason I like tattoos, and I'm always going to push for you to get this tattoo, because to me, tattoos are like even almost like a ledger of where you were in your life, you know? So I can see this Bible verse right here and immediately take me back where I was at, what I was thinking, why that was so important to me at the time. So it's like I I think that's really cool how it like tells stories of different parts of your life.
Like a scar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This looks better.
Yeah. Well, sometimes some tattoos aren't that good, but
true. Mine look good.
Yours look good. Are you getting another one too, right?
Oh,
Are we allowed to say that?
Medusa
Let's
one.
go.
Yeah, I'm getting it right here. Sorry, Mom, but yeah.
I was like, damn, I don't know.
I'm getting it.
We're gonna show your mom a bunch of love, then we're gonna break her heart at the end, saying we're getting a nice tattoo right here.
Yeah, she told me once I find my profession, which I have.
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
Let's go.
That's just that.
Right. And it's going to be Medusa, the same one that's on your back?
On the back.
Let's go. All right, so let's talk about that then.
Yeah,
and we're going from the back on a shirt to skin tatted. Let's go.
Yes. I've always loved Medusa. When I saw her story, my dad actually got me into like the Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And I just grew up really into the stories with like Zeus, all of that. And shout out to Dad, thank you.
Yeah.
And I've just always followed her story. I have so many books on her. I don't know why. When I find something I really like, I have to do research on it. So I know how to answer questions just like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just sitting there like, I don't know.
I'm with you.
It.
Yeah.
So it's like when I saw her story, read her story, saw like documentaries on it, I was like, I want that. You know what I'm saying? And I drew like a connection to it because I understood what she was going through and all that. So when I saw that, I was like, cool. So I put my own little twist on it and just made it my own.
I fucked with that.
Thanks.
I love it. Yo, I feel like we're just peeling layers back. We're getting to know T. We're getting to know all of you. I love it. Greek mythology.
Yeah.
You're just throwing curveballs at me. I'm just
Sorry.
like, oh,
I'm a geek when it comes to certain shit like Greek, Roman mythology, all of that.
Dude, don't
Everything.
even get. I'm
Egyptian, all of it.
All right, we're gonna have to turn the mics off and have a bigger, better conversation too. Nah, for real, that's super dope. I actually just read a book. This guy who's big into Greek mythology, and it's all about stoicism.
Okay.
And talking about like ego. The book is called "The Ego is the Enemy," but it's a lot about Greek philosophy and a lot about just a lot of their teachings, whether it's Socrates or Alexander the Great. It was really, really cool. And so I've nerded out and geeked out on a lot of Greek gods and stories and just been like, I get lost in them. Like, that's where I'm just like, I don't know. It's interesting.
No, my imagination just goes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Open. I love
Medusa's cool though. That's
a bad bitch.
Yeah.
That's a bad bitch.
You know what's funny is I worked with this, I connected with this lady on Instagram once, and she was like this relationship sex therapist, like something, and I was just like, man, I kind of want to like just do some work with her, right? So I reached out to her and we were talking about it, and she was like, we were talking about this one specific situation about women, certain things, and she was like, you need to go home and just spend tonight Googling Medusa.
Really?
Just go, she was like, just go read all the stories, just see how it feels and come back to me, talk to me about it. And so I literally spent like 2 hours one night just like reading all these different stories, connecting and feeling things and everything. So I'm big in there. It's not a conversation for the mics right now, but
it's not at all.
if you can't tell, but I fuck with it. That's really cool. So, but talk to me a little bit of what you're comfortable talking about. Of what it means on your shirt and some of the things why you put it on the shirt right now.
Okay. The reason why I put it on my back is because it's just like how they always say, like, I have the weight of the world on my shoulders, whatever. But I always feel like I carry everything. I don't really talk a lot, you know what I'm saying? So whatever is on the back of my shirt is like my heart without me even talking about it. But I put her on the back and I put her last because a lot of people don't like talking about sexual assault when it comes to women or like men either, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people feel like it's an embarrassing moment. And that's how I felt, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really want to tell anybody until I realized like that's just who I am, and it molded me into who I am today. I don't see it as like a flaw or something that I should be embarrassed about. And that's how Medusa was. She didn't use it as like something where it's like, oh, poor me, like this happened to me. Nah, she used it and fucked people up. You know what I'm saying? And that's just energy. How I am. I'm not doing it in a physical way, but I'm showing you to the stages that I am in my life. Like, you couldn't break me. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you helped mold me into the person that I am today, and I thank you for that. Exactly. But at the same time, fuck you. You know, like that's just how it is. Excuse my language, but it is what it is. And I feel like a lot of women and a lot of men don't like talking about it, but it's okay. And I want to let them know, like, it's cool. Like, it happens. You know what I'm saying? But you can't let it break you down as a person. You have to move on from it and learn how to fight back. And that's just basically how I use her.
I love it. And I couldn't, I couldn't agree more. And I think the energy that gives, right? Like you said, of not letting that situation beat you or anything like that. I think you're giving more power to other women. Unfortunately, this is a situation that happens in the world, right? And so just you taking a stand and using your platform and just verbalizing things and showing people that, and even just connecting with people that don't have the same courage as you or the same vulnerability, you know, that does a lot for people. So I know it does. And I know a lot of women that don't talk about that stuff, and it's a really tough situation. And I respect the women that do, and hopefully it becomes something that is just better in our situation. You know, like I think we can do better as humans. I know we can do
most
better.
Definitely, so, most definitely.
But it takes courage from people like yourself that have unfortunately gone through experiences to share that with people and connect with them. So
I mean, why not? I have a platform to do it, and I might as well use it for something good instead of trying to beat people down. So. So why not? And
like you said too, I think whatever that situation is, and whoever tried to exercise that power over you by not being in remission about it or whatever, not remission, but like not letting it out, you're letting that person win, right? And have that power. So by saying like, yeah, this happened, like you said, I think that's really, really powerful, acknowledging that it happened and then saying, it's okay, I'm going to move on and move forward, and I'm going to help people get through this in the future too, which is, I mean, that's like the ultimate human experience, I think, for real.
It really is, because like, why not? I went through it, so if I see someone going through it, why not help them? Like, I'm trying to be the person that I needed at that time.
Oh my,
if that makes sense. Like, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm trying to be the person that I needed when I was younger. So why not? And I don't see any problem talking about it. Like, I don't know why people say it's a sensitive subject. Like, it happens. It's life. Yeah. And I understand, like, I went through the darkest year of my life when that shit happened. Like, I didn't know what to do. People were noticing that I was acting different, but I was like, nah, it's cool. I had my little moment of, like, acting out. Right. And all that. It took me through a lot of mental stages in my life. That's why I'm really big into mental health. But when I came out on the other side of it, I was like, I needed it. Like, it was pain, but sometimes you need that type of pain to, like, move on. So
and I like I'm gonna steal it from you too. You're like, I'm trying to be who I needed at that time, you know? And so I think that's I'm literally gonna steal that from you and use that in life, because I feel like even some of the athletes that I talk to now, right? Little things like, I'm just like, man, I wish I had somebody like this in my life, or at least I'm just trying to use my experiences to better theirs. And so that's really, really admirable. And like I said, like, and to me too, I'm huge into psychology. I'm huge into behavioral psychology. Like, I just love reading about it, studying it, talk about nerding out and geeking. It's cool. It is, but it also stems from, like, and you understand traumas and how many things affect your behavior on the daily, you know, like literally who you are, your behaviors, your personality, the way you walk through life is all defined by different experiences, you know? So that's where I'm like, if you can just communicate and talk to people about that, and if they're aware that some things might be driven by traumas, you know, or things that you might not even know affect you, that's the big mental health thing that I really, really connect with, you know, like you just don't know what people go through. You don't know their traumas. You don't know what's going on inside their head. You can see things, but you have no idea what they're going through.
Exactly. That's how my friends and family were. Like, I was a bitch. I really was. I felt like it was me versus the world, to be honest. And I was like, fuck everybody. Why
wouldn't you? Again, I don't know the depths of it, but
no, exactly. Because I was like, I told my parents probably 2 years ago. Wow. It was just like face to face, and I was like, this is why, like, I've been acting out, because I thought about it, and I was like, they need to know, because they keep asking me questions, and I was a bitch to them. I was a bitch to my whole family. I was losing a lot of friends. I would isolate myself. Like, I was very depressed for a while, but it was like, I'm tired of pretending. Yeah. When, like, if someone else can see it, then obviously my pretending is not very well. So why not?
It probably felt better once you stopped pretending too, and just like,
I was like, I went from like hunched over to like, what's up?
Yes, exactly. This is me.
Yep. That's just how it was. So I'm cool with it now.
Man, I fuck with it, T.
Thanks.
You're a good vibe. You're good energy, and I mean, I'm excited to keep telling your story, keep getting to know you, watching the next steps of your life after school and soccer are done. So I'm excited to see these next steps, and thank you for your time. Thank you for telling your story and making content and clothing and all this shit with us. So
appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
I thank y'all for allowing me to do that. It's been cool.
Always. You got a great story. You seem like a great person. So
thanks.
We're done.
Cool.
That's it. That's how we finish.
Say yes.